Jacob was offered $12 million by a corporation that saw Freddy. I would be a fool not to accept Jacob. It seems like yet another big something, but just 2 years later, on April 9th, 2001, Jacob updates his log once again. Well, Marcus made his return, not as a friend looking to reintegrate into the brand. Instead, he tried to demand his share of the corporation, claiming the fact he helped us start and grow in our infancy entitled him to a share. Jacob said after telling Marcus his original share wasn't visible anymore, he had a meltdown in his office, throwing things and screaming, before being escorted by the voice actor. Right? Marcus then later came back to Jacob, which Jacob claims won't be as cut and dry of a lawsuit as he would like it to be. The next log is where things get really disturbing. Sunday, June 17th. I can't go to work tomorrow. Laura is gone. They found her this afternoon in the storeroom. I don't know what to do. I don't have any tears left. And then again, 3 days later on June. I've lost everything. Laura is gone. Sunbird withdrew their investment, using that damn how they had a contract. People are confused and worried about safety. I have no idea what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't even want to try. Flipping the document to the very last page, see three final logs from Jacob. August 2nd. I keep hearing her everywhere. When I'm working, all I can hear is her crying. I don't know what to do, and I can't even look at Freddy the Bear without feeling sick. November 8th, 2000. Work is like hell. I can barely make it through the day. The crying is getting so much worse. Something in the air just makes me feel ill. I feel like she is here watching over me, but not in a good way. All I can feel is her being angry, and I don't know why. She says she's alone, but I'm right there. And then finally, the last call. Okay, I made a mistake. So that was pretty long, but really gave us a deep dive on everything that's been going down after the rescue. It also raises a question, like, what mistake did Jacob make at the very end? Well, we'll look more into the photos and audio later, but first let's finally talk about the mechanics of night 3. During my first attempt on night 3, I was pleasantly greeted by Foxy, who killed me around 3 a.m. This is actually how I discovered Foxy used it, but also thanks to the characters for the vignette screens, which I think are great by the way. I also learned that Foxy's mechanic is different. Instead of slowly moving out of the curtain, as in the original game, Foxy can instead be activated by Bonnie, Chica, Red. This basically turns Foxy's mechanic from the first game into an attack to other animatronic. What this means though is that we can defend ourselves. Just like the original, we need to keep watching over Foxy's camera. And if we see another animatronic interacting with Foxy's machinery, we can press this flash button on the screen to see. Right? Even if you happen to miscounter Foxy,
Where's the
in
woman?
time, you can still close the door and stop it. However, you have a very and need to react as soon as it hears footsteps. This also puts the character into a panic state, but it only lasts a second. Also active at night 3 is Freddy, and along with Freddy comes Scrap Foxy. Yeah, that's right, another Foxy. Let me explain. So remember that Scrap Foxy that all the coworkers kept taking parts from? One of the storage rooms from back thing? Well, it turns out if you stop Freddy in that will not shut off the power sometimes, but will also send Scrap Fox after. What's really cool about Scrap Fox is that he can also Fox like normal Fox. And upon stopping him at the door, instead of him running back to the storage room, he can instead be seen outside of the home, safe for the rest of the night. As for Freddy, he behaves similar to Bonnie. However, unlike those two, he would try to get every single room. He also comes from the office, staring through the window, as well as standing right outside. Freddy is a lot more aggressive. He can be seen twitching at the door sometimes, and he always bangs on it multiple times. This night is where the game really starts to pick up different. I died a few times during this night, so let's talk about the numbers. I actually really like them. They are shocking, fast, but also staying grounded. The animatronics don't swing around or rapidly wait. Just one fighter shove to kill you and that's it. Which to me makes the animatronics seem a lot more deliberate killing. Also, the way they just stare at you after you fall over is really creepy. After finishing night, once again go to another night section. Oh, it's this place again. Can I move? Maybe this time I can stand. I need to get out of here. Move, damn it. You're then able to, or eventually discovering it. It's like the one in the office that needs a lever. After looking around and finding it, our character once again is suddenly, and this is where knife begins. Before getting into the night, let's first have a look at the rest of the files on the computer, which surprisingly don't have throwaway photos like random flowers. We have a few interesting, like posters, yeah, as well as this pretty ominous one titled "On," or this one titled "Cylinder.jpg," which I'm honestly not sure. There's also two photos featuring talents ready on which I'm honestly not sure. There's also two photos featuring the talents ready, which had been mentioned a little bit in the video. As for the MP2 files, and all of them just contains. I was expecting maybe for them to have something in it, have but there's nothing really. As for the gameplay of Night 4, it's the same animatronics as Night 3, only much more intense. This is the night where I really started to get familiar with all the cameras, and developed a sort of flow to how I would scan the building, making sure every room was on it. I got the night, it's once again back to the night section. What happened? Did I faint? I still have the lever. Hopefully the door control still works. After putting the lever back into the door, we flip it, but it doesn't work. Turning around, we can then see that the room we are in has actually expanded, with the back wall disappearing. We now have to search the never-ending shelves in this room for a key, which opens up a breaker box in the back. Unlocking it reveals a keypad. However, instead of looking for a code, we just need to listen to clicking to find the room. We can then finally flip the breaker box. However, when returning to the door to finally open it, we are again woken up by our alarm, and it is now time for Night 5. Night 5 is absolute hell. If you thought Night 4 was hard, then you are in for a ride. This night has us still going against the same animatronics, just progressing, which shouldn't be too hard, but no matter how many times I attempted this, I just could not do it. I tried over and over and over, died so many times, finally finished. I'm not sure if the game needs a balancing fix, or I'm just missing something in the gameplay loop, but yeah, this night was, and there's still a night to fix. Before moving on to that though, after somehow overcoming this nearly impossible night, it's back to the nightmare section. This is getting old. Can I just get the hell out of here already? We once again just need to walk around the same room, this time making our way back to the lever. After finally reaching it though and pulling it, nothing happened yet again. With our character saying, "I'm becoming insane, let me out. What the hell is there left to do?" Our character then comments and types up above, and after yet again,
I don't know where I am.
Eventually find another ball.
I just got attacked by.
And inside,
I think someone. I can't move anything. It broke every bone in my body.
Which means the air compressor.
I don't know what I saw.
Plus,
It was a rat.
now look around a
Or it was the costume or something.
accessible and eventually come across this that we can turn on. After flipping the switch and turning this thing on, our character says, "Jesus, this thing is loud." And this is where Night 5's nightmare section ends. Now time for Night 6. And I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. This one, I just couldn't. The gameplay is once again the same as Night 5 and 4, just with harder AI. How many nights were long for it and how many times I just couldn't do it. Luckily though, a few people have uploaded the games, so we can still see what happens if we actually manage to do it. Surprisingly, we once again wake up in the nightmare section. We're still in the same place as before, although the pipes we discovered last time are now all blowing steam. Our character mentions finding something to close the valve, so it is now up to us to once again roam around the entire place.
I don't think the mask is working. I'm trapped in here, and I'm not alone, and I need help.
After doing this, the character says the door will definitely be open, and upon making our way all the way back to the door, we can actually use the lever and escape the night. This is where we find